If you have not watched the introduction tutorial about SENIB, I'll recommend you to do that before starting to use the program. That will give you a good overview of it. You will find that tutorial on www.senib.com. In this tutorial, I'm only going to talk about what is written here on number 3. And that has to do with if you have a central heating room connected to several houses that are not the same, that are not identical to each other. If that's not your case, then you don't have to watch this movie. First of all, I can say that if you would have a central heating room connected to several houses that are the same, that are totally identical to each other, well, then there is an easier way to enter the required data. And that is to use this cell on the sheet size. Normally, you would enter all the required information in these sheets in the order they appear. But that's not how we do it when you have a central heating room connected to several houses that are not identical to each other. So what I've done so far is that I've created this file, example house1.ods. And I did that by opening the start file onenewhouse.ods, which is the start file for every new project. And when the program asked me to save it under a new file name, I saved it in the folder My Houses with the file name examplehouse1.ods. So what you need to do in this file is to enter all the information that is the same in all the houses connected to this central heating room. I will pretend that there are 3 houses connected to this central heating room in this example. So, for example, maybe the U value of the walls are the same for all 3 houses. Then you could enter the U values here for the 3 houses. And when you have filled in all the information that is the same for all 3 houses, then you would save this file and close it down. After that, you would make 2 copies of this file. So press Ctrl C on the keyboard and then Ctrl V 2 times. Then I'm gonna rename these files to make it look a little bit neater. So now I have 3 files here that are exactly the same. So what you need to do now is to open each of these files and enter all the information that is not the same in all 3 houses. After you have done that, you close the files down and go back to the start file onenewhouse.ods and open it up. This file will be the file where you import all the values from the 3 other example house files to. But before you can do that, you need to save the file under a different file name. So I choose to save it as example house, all 3 houses. And before you start to import the values from the 3 example house files, then I would recommend you to go to the sheet temp and import the temperature statistics for the location where the house is located. You do that by pressing this gray button, and also go down and enter the lowest outdoor temperature of the location where the houses are. After that, you would skip all these 4 sheets and go directly to the sheet size, and there press combine several files and select files. Then you would choose the files by holding down Control on the keyboard and clicking with the mouse. If you would have pressed OK now, that would have started the import of the information in these 3 example house files. And that would have resulted in that, for example, the total exterior wall area in square meters would have been the result of all these 3 files.